Pearson, former Trump campaign spokesperson, now spokesperson for America First Policies, and Dr. Wendy Osefo, political commentator and professor at Johns Hopkins University. Katrina, I want to start with you to get the Republican perspective. Well, how do you react to what Philippe said?
Well, you know, leave it up to a man defending Bill Clinton to be so misogynistic and sexist with his tone regarding Ivanka Trump, who is a very well-educated and accomplished businesswoman in her own right, to insinuate that she can't speak without her dad's permission does shine a spotlight on why the people are fed up with the Clintons. But I will agree with him on one thing. This isn't really about Bill Clinton, Ed. This is a much bigger picture, because I just don't buy this sudden moral compass that the left has with regards to the way men are treating women. This is all about political expediency, and we know this because Senator Gillibrand, who's out there now suddenly finding her moral compass after taking tons of money from the Clintons, hasn't said anything about Bob Menendez and the allegations about him with underage prostitutes, hasn't demanded anyone resign today, and we're seeing this all play out before our eyes. We
should say Senator Menendez has vociferously denied that he engaged in improper conduct, as you suggested. But Wendy, I want to get your reaction. Should there be a reckoning for Bill Clinton within the Democratic Party, as some on the left have suggested?
We can say that there can be a reckoning for Bill Clinton, but what needs to be underscored here, and why Philippe was talking about that $70 million, is this was consensual. It was consensual between adults. What we are seeing here from Franken, who is on the left, as well as Moore, who is on the right, has nothing to do with politics. It goes to a broader issue of sexually predatory behavior that we see not just in Capitol Hill, we see in Hollywood, and some of us see every day as we walk in the streets. So we have to keep that at the forefront of the discussion, because once we make it political, we are moving to the side the women, the men who have been victims of this action.
But Wendy, you and Philippe are both right that the Monica Lewinsky situation was litigated a lot, and Bill Clinton paid a heavy price for that. But when you say it was consensual, there were other allegations that were not consensual, allegations of rape that, I should say in fairness, Bill Clinton has vehemently denied himself. Why wasn't that? Is there going to be a reckoning on that, is my question.
And that's the answer. The answer is that $70 million was to find any and everything as far as evidence to say that these accusations are actually correct. And with that money, what was found was the blue dress from Monica Lewinsky. Now, everyone deserves their day in court. Everyone deserves to have these accusations fleshed out. And we have to make sure that happens. And that is the difference here. We have to make sure that the accusers on Moore's side are also heard. Where is the investigation, or are we going to have one?
All right, let me get Katrina in here.
But at the end of the day, Ed, here's the situation. This is not about a reckoning, okay? This is definitely political, and it's very highly charged. Because if this was about women, was about the women, Senator Gillibrand herself says that there are sitting members of Congress who are preying on women. She refuses to name those names. That is completely unacceptable, and that is my point.
This is not political.
Go ahead, Wendy, and then I got a last question.
To say that this is political is to undermine everyone who has ever been sexually harassed. This is about a systemic problem. That's not the point you made. Then you need to speak clearer, because that's not what you just said. We need to make sure that everyone who's ever been harassed has their day in court. This is not about politics.
Katrina, and have Senator Gillibrand name those names. The people need to know who is preying on the people here in Congress.
I suspect that some of those names on Capitol Hill are going to be coming out because there's a lot of public pressure. Last question, Katrina. There's been a lot of pressure, speaking of pressure, on the president, on the White House. You heard it from Philippe. I want to give you a fair chance to respond. I noted the president said in Asia that if it's true, Roy Moore should step aside. He hasn't commented in recent days. I'm going to give you a chance as somebody who supports him. Should Roy Moore step aside, yes or no?
You know, Ed, I am someone who's worked on the forefront of insurgent campaigns against the establishment, being a candidate myself. And I've just made it a point to never believe anything weeks leading up to an election. The president is absolutely right.
That is terrible.
It is absolutely right that the people of Alabama need to make this decision. If Democrats in Washington, D.C. can reelect a mayor after being caught on video smoking crack cocaine with a prostitute, and then
a president who said grab women by the genitalia, that's a president that you support? Are you serious?
If Democrats can do that, Republicans can elect their own candidates as well.
Let's not talk about Democrats who elect a mayor who smokes crack cocaine when we have a president.
Wendy, I'm going to let Wendy talk. Wendy, let me ask you this. Hang on, both of you.
Calm down.
Okay, Wendy,
Yes.
We got 1 minute left.
Calm down.
Let's not shout at each other. Let's do this in a nice way, polite. Wendy, what about the fact that Al Franken has admitted that he did something wrong, and it appears that he forced himself on the radio TV personality in that case? And the White House said today, look, the president has not admitted any wrongdoing. Why is that not good enough for you?
We have to be clear. Al Franken said, let's have a special counsel. Let us investigate this. The president should also have a special counsel because he
already has a special counsel.
He has over 12 women.
You want another investigation?
This is about
it's not politics. It's about you supporting a man.
This is all about politics.
It's about you supporting a man who said, I will grab women by the genitalia without their.
All right, I want to thank you both. We didn't settle anything. We appreciate you both being on.